So this is a Coachman Laser 620, going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Front of the van, you've got the jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake. We'll take you through that in person here on site. Front locker, you've got the gas regulator on the bulkhead and your gas shut-off valve. We do have the gas pipe work available here on site. 2 gas bottle tie down to the front, a maximum of 2 6kg propane gas bottles can be carried on board the van at any point. On each corner of the van, you have the wind down legs, as you can see here in the video. They are there for stabilising the caravan, not lifting the caravan. If you lifted the caravan with these, it potentially damaged the floor of the van. You've got your already heating flue up above, so essentially the heating system needs to breathe, and that is what that flue is there for. Then got your water pump connection, blue trigger on the bottom of the water pump, blue trigger on top that you push down and pull it back to release from the side of the van. Filter in the top and shower adapter there, dog shower adapter there if you ever need to use it. Battery box with mains power lead coming in the side will demonstrate the motor move while you're here on site. That's what the red power key is for in the bottom of that locker. We'll take you through that when you're here on site and we'll demonstrate how it all works. As I said, motor move we'll do while you're here on site, and we'll also torque the wheel nuts while you're here on site so you can see they've been tightened correctly prior to you leaving. Grey waste pipes coming out the side of the van, so the fresh water that goes in the front of the van has to come out somewhere, and that's what these 2 holes are here for. So the 2 large diameter holes you'll push the grey pipe work into and drop them down inside the aqua roll itself. Above that you have the 2 fridge vents. The fridge vents are there to allow the hot air at the back of the fridge unit. Behind one of them there's also a gas flue, and then it'll also take in some cool air for cooling the back of the fridge unit itself. Next up we have the toilet locker, or the toilet cassette. Orange handle here at the bottom, you pull up to release it from the side of the van. The neck turns out 90 degrees so you can tip the waste away. And on the bottom of the cassette there's an orange pressure relief button, so while you're tipping the waste away it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. The cassette will live in that locker just there. And at the top here you have your toilet flush tank, which takes 3.5 litres of water and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use. And the toilet waste cassette takes 1 litre of water and a cap full of the blue fluid. And when I say cap, you can actually use the grey cap here as a measure for that. On the back of the van on either side you have the wind down legs to stabilise the van. Again, they are only there for stabilising, not lifting the caravan. Down the door side of the van, again you've got your wheels and motor mover. Storage locker at the front, which is a wet storage locker with a 3-pin socket in there, so if you want to run power out to your awning you can do. And then you've got your barbecue gas point also at the front of the van. Going inside the van, very simple to use. First of all, you're going to turn the master power on above the door. So you've got your master power switch here. So you've got master power off. Can't quite see it because the screen hasn't cleared up. And then it's actually saying master on now on that screen. You've got your internal lights on the switch here, awning light for the outside of the van, and your water pump run just here also. So the first thing we're going to do is fill the water system on board the van. So we're going to need to come underneath the seat on the right hand side at the front, and down underneath this seat you'll see right down in that corner a yellow drain down valve. That yellow drain down valve is the valve for draining the water system down. Now if you've carried around before, you'll know what that does. Essentially, if the valve's pointing upright, it'll drain all the water out of the system. And if it's parallel with the floor, you'll be able to fill the water system on board the caravan. So like I said, we'll demonstrate that in a second. Also, as you can hear, the alarm does work on the caravan. Also, underneath the other side of the van, you've also got the whale storage water storage tank. To fill that, you need to make sure this drain plug in the centre here is in position. If that's upright, it'll actually drain all the water out of the system, and if that's pushed down and locked in place, then you'll be able to fill the water system up via the onboard water tank also. But like I said, you need to make sure that yellow valve down that side is shut. That's the most important part. To fill the system then, you'll come over to each tap on board the caravan, open all the taps up on the hot side of the water heating, as you can see. You'll then come into the bathroom at the rear of the caravan, open all the taps up in the bathroom, which as you can see we've already bled the system. You'll leave all of those taps open until the water system has water coming out of every tap continuously as it has at the moment. Before you try and fill the system though, you'll need to make sure the water pump, or once you've opened all the taps up, sorry, you'll make sure the water pump is turned on, which it already is. And once that water pump's running, it will draw the water up from the onboard, from the aqua roll on the outside of the van, fill the water system up the same as what if you've caravan before, done previously. And then the water system will be ready to be heated and warmed up via the Audi control panel. On the far side of the van, you've got the control panel just here. You press the power button. You've then got your main menu, so you've got your heating pump running. You've got your mains power supply coming in. And you've got your current room temperature. We'll press the menu button. At the top here, you've got plus, minus, and plus for your room temperature. Below that, you've got your water temperature. You've got water on and water boost. So water on when the bar's half full, and water boost when this bar is completely full. Below that, you have the option to run mains power into the caravan. So if you've got 1 kilowatt available, you can use that. If you have 2, you can have 2 kilowatts, and the same with 3. So essentially, you'll set that to what the caravan site you're on recommends using for their heating and hot water systems. If you're not sure, you can always ask the site office, and they'll be more than happy to help you. Down the bottom here, you've got your option to run gas. Again, very simple to use. Press the gas button. The gas system will self-ignite on gas, and once it's ignited, everything heating and hot water wise will run from that gas supply, and as you can see, you can also run it as a combination. If it ever failed to ignite on gas, you get 2 exclamation marks at the end of the screen with gas fail going along the bottom of the screen. You do have some advanced options in here, which we advise you read the Audi manuals for. These are available online, readily available online if you should need to read them. You can also set heating and hot water timers, so if you're going out for the day, for instance, and you want the heating to come back on in the evening, you can set all of those via the programs available in the control panel. Next thing we're going to go to is the fridge on board the caravan. So in the rear of the van, or on the side of the van, sorry. Power for the control panel. Control panel will go green. You'll see on here that it says A and mains power at the moment. What that is indicating is the power source, automatic power source. So essentially, if you've got it on A, it will go to the automatic or the power source that you have turned on at that point in time. You've got mains power on its own. 12 volt supply for when you're travelling down the road. Now at the moment the screen's flashing at me and indicating that there's no 12 volt supply coming from the car we are towing with. So for instance, if you connect it to the car at the front of the caravan and you connect it to the once you connect to the car at the front of the caravan and you're ready to tow down the road, you can leave the control panel off by the door, but you can come over to the fridge, turn the fridge on and select 12 volt mode. Gas, again, it will actually fail to ignite in a moment because there's no gas on board the van at the moment. But you turn the gas on, go to the hob, bleed the gas system, because the gas system, the hob is the last point on the gas system. That is very much the same for the Audi heating control panel on the other side of the van. If you come to the hob, because it doesn't ignite first time on gas, then it'll actually allow the system to be bled prior to, you'll actually be able to bleed the system prior to trying to ignite anything. So like I said, gas will self-ignite on gas. If it ever failed to ignite, the screen would flash again. Then you'd have an error code 9 here with a spanner symbol. On any of the power sources, apart from 12 volt, you can control the temperature of the fridge on the button just here. The button on this side that you see here is so you can turn off the freezer unit at the top here. You don't have to have it on if you don't wish to, but if you do, you need to make sure this block is empty rather than having the symbol on just here. Going into the bathroom. Very simple to use bathroom or toilet system on this van. Electric flush on the toilet. Full indicator light for the toilet waste cassette. Just there, it will illuminate red when the waste cassette is full. You have your toilet waste handle at the bottom, so that toilet waste handle needs to be pushed across to allow the toilet waste to go in the cassette underneath the van. And the toilet seat does turn for your convenience. However, when you're trying to remove the cassette from the side of the van, you do need to make sure that the toilet seat is pointing straight across towards the cabinet on the other side. The reason being, it has 2 lockout tabs on the toilet waste cassette itself, so if that seat is ever turned, it won't allow you to remove that cassette from underneath the van. One other thing to remember is, while you're using the bathroom area, the Audi heating rail that you see there, towel rail as it's more known as, will keep heat for a very long time. So if you've had the heating on, please be aware that that may still be hot for a good time after, especially if you have children in the van, for instance. And just keep an eye on them around it, because like I said, they do get very hot. So this is a Coachman Laser 620. If you have any further questions on the caravan, please don't hesitate to call us here at the Caravan Company, and we'll be more than happy to help. We appreciate the business, and we look forward to seeing you when you arrive here on site for your handover. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.